Hi guys, this is Sherry from Fit to Be Live, and this is actually going to be kind of a cute video. Let me introduce you to Theo, or Thea, after we realized that this is a female. This is just your average little, I believe, field mouse, and she fell out of a nest of babies at the mill where my husband works in the winter about 2 or 3 years ago. All the other babies scurried away, and it was a cold time of year. This one didn't move. It just sat there on the ground. He couldn't just leave it there, and so he put it in a tissue box and texted me and said, I've got this mouse, do we have somewhere we could put it until it livens up? And kind of the rest is history, because he brought this little one home, and honestly she was about an inch long. Just probably got her fur and had opened her eyes not long after that or before that. So we've had her ever since, and she has been extremely healthy. We put her in this cage, and I remember my husband saying she probably won't make it through the night, and about 2 hours later she was running in the wheel for 8 hours every night for about 2 years. She's not running in the wheel as much. Obviously she's getting older, but her health is really great, and today I'm just gonna change her cage. I'm just gonna drop a little carrot in there right now, and that'll give her something to enjoy while we work on her cage. Oh, it's bigger than her. So we have this neat, I believe it's called an ovo system cage that we had for my son's hamster years and years ago. I was able to wash it and put it into use for this field mouse. I've taken all of the accessories out, so the wheel, the food dish, the water bowl, everything, and just put it in the bathtub. I've got my dish soap handy, my rags handy. I'm just gonna empty this, and I'm gonna give everything a good wash with some nice hot soapy water. It is so heavy. She has packed it full. Literally, this is like a solid wall. I don't even understand how she gets in here. Wow, that looks really cozy. And there is no smell. Mice are extremely clean. Oh, there we go. So down in the back corner, she's got some food stored in there. We did think about releasing her in the spring, but by that point she had been with us for about 4 months, and we just kind of thought, is she gonna adapt in the wild after having been raised in a cage? All right, I've just finished washing and reassembling all the little bits and pieces, so we're good to go. I took the lid as well and gave it a wipe on the inside with some soapy water and just rinsed it off and dried it. Okay, now's my favorite part. Now I get to get creative. I have a tissue box. I've taken the plastic out because, well, plastic's not good for anybody. And I've just cut a little hole here where I have this paper towel roll. It's actually the smaller diameter. I believe this came from like saran wrap. And I'm just gonna fit that in there. So she now has a tunnel to go into where she will naturally build her nest, because they like to look for small, cozy places. So I'm gonna put that into the cage, and I know this is gonna look very crowded right now, but trust me, it's awesome when it comes together. I'm gonna pop it in there because she can get underneath it, and again, just creating these cozy spaces where she might enjoy hiding, or hiding her food, or what have you. So this is what we've been feeding her, just hamster and gerbil food. Again, the size of this bag, we've had it for a long time, and vacuum sealed, so everything's nice and fresh. And I literally, especially when I just clean her cage, because I have taken away her food stores, I will overfill this and just pop it on there just like that. This is not rocket science, and it definitely isn't something you have to be too careful with, as long as she gets everything she needs. I'm literally going to bury everything I just put here with some nice fluffy clean shavings. And then we get to watch her when we put her back in, which is the most enjoyable part, because she now has to relocate tunnels and see where the entrance to the new house is, and she'll start getting busy putting her home back together. So I have now buried the entire structure that I showed you in nice fluffy shavings, and it's very, very deep, as you can see. So under here we've got the tissue box, we've got some paper towel and toilet paper rolls running through, and some hiding spots. She's got her big heaping bowl of food. All I'm gonna do now is just sprinkle a little bit more food just around the top, so it's a welcoming environment, and maybe feeling a little like in the wild where you run around and, you know, there's food here and there. And I'm going to put the top on. Now we have never and will never touch this mouse. I think you have to respect the fact that it is a wild animal and there could be parasites or whatever, you know, as clean as she is. I also don't want to chance getting bit. Put this in here like that. I'm going to take this off and put the lid on. And as soon as she comes out of that container, I will take it away from there. And then we can just watch her for a minute. Something she really, really has enjoyed since the very beginning, this wheel. Great way to stay fit. And I filled that little cavern with some material too, just so she doesn't have to do all that work. With her being nocturnal, I try to wait till later in the day to change her cage so that she does get some sleep, because obviously once she's put back into a clean cage, it's kind of a big job to put her home back the way she wants it, and she tends to be awake for a few hours now, getting everything back in order. So all I'm gonna do now is put on her fresh water, everything nice and clean. It's a very easy system to use, and that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and support my channel by clicking on subscribe.